third edition of Hawks Nest News. This week, we interviewed our newest school board member, Laura Serino, and talked with Mr. Spinella, grade 7 through 12 science teacher. Interviews are in full swing, and students in grades 7 through 12 are preparing to do part for DC. We hope you enjoy this edition of Hawks Nest News.
The town has recently elected a new school board member to replace Rick Latimer. Laura Serino is a writer and mother of two who has previously served on the Rec Council. Our reporter Elsie interviewed her on being elected in this new position. Why did you run for school board?
Well, I was really excited to get more involved in the school. My son Austin is actually going to be a kindergartner here next year, so I thought it was a really good time to find out more about what happens at the school and get involved with the students and the teachers here.
Okay, what do you hope to accomplish while on the school board?
I'm really excited to learn more from the students and the teachers about what the vision for the school is over the next few years, and to be a support in making all of those kind of big goals happen, and to be a sounding board to the families on North Haven and to the teachers. And yeah, I'm really excited to get involved.
Is there anything that you would really hope to bring to the school board? Like, is there any sort of goal that you hope the school can accomplish?
Well, I'm really excited about the future of this building and doing kind of more hands-on projects, using the projects building more, seeing what the students really want to be doing here, and hopefully making sure that we can bring a lot of those visions to life.
And what do you think will be the most challenging part?
Probably trying to figure out what out of everything we want to do is maybe the most important, and trying to figure out how to prioritize needs, because I think there's probably so many things that we want to do at the school that it'll just be hard to pick and choose what ones are need the most attention.
Yeah, and is there anything else you want to say about being on the school board or things you hope will happen?
That's a great question. I mean, I've only been to one meeting so far, so I'm excited to learn more about what the school board has done so far and what kind of the future goals are. And yeah, I'm just kind of excited to be at this school more in the coming year.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
At NHCS, students have a wide variety of after-school activities to choose from. These include garden club, disc golf, chess club, Dungeons and Dragons, dance club, outing clubs, robotics, and yoga. These activities were started last spring during the pandemic to give students opportunities that they might not otherwise have access to.
Owen sat down with Mr. Spinella, our new science teacher. Mr. Spinella has over 20 years of teaching experience in a variety of areas.
Where did you come from?
My wife and I moved from Cape Coral, Florida, which is on the southwest coast, about 2 hours south of Tampa.
What brought you to here?
Lots of things. For a lot of years, I've been looking to increase my outdoor activity, and that's challenging for me in Florida because it's like over 90 degrees for like 7 months out of the year. So I was looking to move up north, and Maine is a gorgeous state, and just happened to have an opening here on the island, and I went for it.
What have you taught in the past?
In the past, I've taught middle school, 7th, 8th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, high school biology. I've taught critical thinking, industrial arts, and biology, chemistry, and physics.
What are some other interests you have other than teaching?
Other than teaching, I love woodworking. I love animals. So especially like pets, dogs, cats, horses. What else? I love riding motorcycles. I don't currently have one, but I'm in the process of looking for one, and one of my juniors is also looking for one for me. He keeps checking Facebook Marketplace to see if he finds any good deals.
Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I love it here. It's actually more upsetting to me to leave the island and go somewhere else than to be here. I love this place. It's beautiful. Everybody's wonderful. The ferry ride kind of is a pain. But other than that, like, oh my gosh, I couldn't have fallen into a better place, like, completely. Thank you.
Bienvenidos a Hawks Nest News, the weather in Espanol. The weather this week will be fairly consistent, except for the upcoming fin de semana. El sábado está un poco nublado. El domingo llueve mucho. De lunes y viernes está nublado, con un poco de sol y a veces hará viento. We predict that the nieve is done for the year. Pero you never know. Adios!
NHCS 7th through 12th grade students returned to DC for the first time in 4 years. The 7th and 8th grades typically visit our nation's capital every 2 years, but because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the spring 2020 trip was canceled. We spoke with secondary math teacher Heather Cabot, who is the trip staff leader.
What's your plan for the DC trip this year?
We're going for 5 days and 4 nights. We're going to go to Arlington National Cemetery. We're going to go to Pinstripes Bowling, do a night monument tour. We're going to visit some Smithsonian museums. We have a U.S. Capitol tour. We're going to go to a play at Ford's Theater called Grace. And just spend most of the day on Thursday looking at the monuments, going through some more museums. International Spy Museum is also on there.
What are you excited about doing on this DC trip?
What am I excited about?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have actually never officially been to DC for a real trip. I've only stopped on my way through. So I'm excited to see. I've never been to Smithsonian museums. I've never been to the U.S. Capitol. I've only been to Arlington and seen a few of the monuments. So I'm excited to see all that, and I hope the students are too.
What are you looking forward to doing on the DC trip?
Going on the bus tour and learning about everything that happened in those places.
What is something you are looking forward to doing on the DC trip?
Probably seeing the reflection pool.
Why did you miss the DC trip last time?
Because right about as we were going to when we were preparing the most to go, we that's when Corona first came to the United States and got big. So then we said no, we'll just stay here, and then we went on lockdown.
It has been a busy couple of weeks for NHCS. Another exciting event is that students and teachers now have the option not to wear masks. It is certainly nice to see people's faces again. We hope you enjoyed Hawks Nest News.